Yo, what's up, guys? I hope you're having a great day so far. I hope you're having a fucking fantastic week. Now, today's video, I want to go over 5 habits that can dramatically improve your life. I made a video. If you haven't watched my video about removing 5 things to get you ahead, please watch that video first because, as I explained, it's faster to level up when you remove things from your life rather than add a bunch of good habits. I talk about the elevator effect, the weights in the elevator, drop the weights. Like I said, say this is the elevator you stand in, say this is the weights, you drop them, you elevate. So you want to drop off shit, either if it's toxic people, toxic food, toxic thoughts. If you cut those off and get those off of you, you will elevate so much faster. You don't have shit holding you back. You don't feel as heavy. You can elevate way faster. And then once you elevate from dropping that weight, you throw on, you sprinkle little good habits on, you will elevate even higher. So that's what I'm going to talk about today after you get rid of those bad things. And there's a lot of things we could go over, but I like to keep my videos simple because, first off, I want you guys to remember the simpler you make your life, the simpler you make the knowledge you're trying to consume, you will understand it so much better. You will retain the information way quicker and longer. Then, say you go to college, they try to overcomplicate so much shit, but sometimes you just have to take a step back and make it simple as possible for you to understand. So, 5 habits to make your life better. Now, just like removing stuff and just like adding stuff, if you want to make a dramatic change in your life, you want to level up tremendously, don't overthink it. Do not overwhelm yourself and look of all the things you're going to do over the next year. Just take it day by day. Take a little step. All you need is one little change, and all these little changes over and over and over and over again, it's going to fucking compound. You don't have to do a super huge change, like change your whole career overnight and fucking change the way you communicate to people, cut all your friends off. Like, you don't have to do all that. It could be as simple as, like, are you drinking enough water? Like, drink a gallon of water a day. Maybe that's your goal. Or say you're only sleeping 4 hours a night. Try sleeping 6 or 7. Those little fucking changes add up. And honestly, the little things have the most dramatic change. And sometimes the most simple little things can be the most difficult to do over time. Say if you want to do 10 push-ups a day. Doesn't sound that fucking hard, but I really want to see you do that every single day for the next 365 days. Even if you're sick, are you going to do 10 in the morning? Like, as soon as you wake up. It doesn't sound that crazy, but, like, first off, you having the discipline to do that over and over again, that's going to build your mindset. And also, your body, just doing 10 push-ups a day for 3 days straight isn't going to do shit. But you do that for a year or 2 years and you did that every fucking day, you will see results. So let's get into it. Number 1, this is very fucking important. This changed my life, and this probably changed a lot of other people's lives. Going to the gym. Now, in my opinion, I tell this to people and also I hear from other people. Going to the gym, yes, you could lose weight, you could get in shape, you could look amazing. But over the physical aspect, I really think going to the gym has a bigger aspect on your mental. Because, first off, in my opinion, it is a very big stress reliever. Now, I have a few different stress relievers. One is going to the gym. I also enjoy motorcycles, so when I go on bikes and shit, it clears my mind. Or even going for a walk. I used to smoke weed and do a bad habit like that and that would calm me down. Say I'm going through a bunch of things in my life and I smoke and now I feel more calm. You don't need to do that. You could do natural ways to calm down. You don't need weed, you don't need alcohol, you don't need pills. You need to get your ass in the gym. You go to the gym and there's just like this thing, I don't know, when you're like working out, I'll give you an example like what people already do. Say if you're not going to the gym right now, when you drive your car, you go for a walk and you're doing something, it automatically quiets your mind down. Say you got a lot of things going on, you're stressed out, you're like, you know what, let me go for a 10-minute walk. Like sometimes me personally, I have this thing by me and it's like a walkway by the river and it's very peaceful. And I go at night sometimes to like just clear my mind. But that's the same exact thing with the gym. So the gym mentally, first off, it could calm you down from stress and clear your mind. It builds discipline. And also another mental aspect is pushing through shit. When you are hitting a set or you're hitting a rep and it's very, very fucking difficult, this happened to me many times where I'm getting closer to the end of the reps. Like say we do 12. I'm just giving an example. We do 12. The first ones aren't bad. Boom, boom, we're hitting it. Once you get to like 9 or 10 and it's getting really fucking difficult and you're like, you know what, I don't think I'm getting these last two up. I don't think we're getting to 12. I either push myself through it or I have my friend with me be like, listen, you got this, push through. And there has been times in the gym where I lifted weight or I did more reps than I actually thought I could do. And it's like, holy shit. It's the same thing with life. Like when you go through shit in life, you don't think you could do it. You don't think you could push through. But when you push through, it opens another level to your mind. You're like, wow, I'm more capable of that. I will give you another little side example. Like I've been trying, I'm new to YouTube, so I've been trying to stay on track. But sometimes I like to drop a little stories here and there. I'm going to give you another example where this happened in my life. And this wasn't in the gym. This was when I was at work. And this was like the first time I did 2 double shifts in a row. So a double shift is 16 hours straight. And I did 2 of those in a row. And I never did this before. And before this, I didn't realize like how hard I could push myself. So I did 16 hours. I was working all day, walking around, doing what I got to do at work. Came home, laid down for 4 hours. Boom, the alarm went off. Got up, did another 16 hours. Came home, laid down a little bit, went in for another 8 hours. Now, I probably couldn't do that for a year straight. There's no way if someone's doing a fucking double shift for the whole year, you'd definitely get burnt out. But I was like, you know what? I could do that for 2-3 days in a row. For the most part, I like to get 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep. But if I got to suck it up and push through 2-3 days, I could fucking do it because I did it. And before that, if you told me that before I did that when I was younger and I was like 18 or whatever, I'll be like, you're fucking crazy. I'm not working 16 hours, gonna come home, lay down 4 hours and then work 16 hours, come home, lay down 4 hours, go in for another 8 hours. That's crazy. But I did it and I'm capable of it. So now ever since that happened, I don't do that many double shifts, but like, say even if I had to stay up late and do a YouTube video, I'm out with friends or I'm doing something and I only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, I know I could push through the day. I might need a little caffeine, but like I know I've done it before. I pushed myself to that limit before and I could do it again. Now, when you're going into the gym and you're pushing yourself through certain weights, certain reps that you never did before, not only does it make you more confident in the gym, but it makes you more confident in your life. Because say if you go through something difficult, say if you don't think you could do it, like it's just gonna build your confidence up because it really goes hand in hand. A lot of people that are successful in business go to the gym. A lot of people that are healthy and successful in life, they go to the gym. So please keep that in mind. If you're not going to the gym, I know it could be overwhelming. If you never went into the gym, that's how I felt. I went with my friend the first time. We don't really know what we're doing. Just first off, watch a few YouTube videos about the basics of going to the gym. And then just go in there first few times, do some light weights. And the more and more you go, you will feel more confident going to the gym. You'll know exactly what you have to do and you'll push through it. So I understand there's a barrier when you never went in there before. It's a little intimidating. I understand, but you have to push through that. And then just like pushing through in the gym, once you push yourself to go on that, you'll push through much greater things in your life. Second thing, this kind of goes hand in hand. So that's why, like, this is like, if you could go to the gym and you get into it and you start watching YouTube videos, you're going to eventually focus on number two. And number two is learning and practicing healthy nutrition. Now, even if you didn't go to the fucking gym and you don't want to do that, fine, do what you got to do. But you got to learn basic nutrition and healthy, eating. I know people that are 50, 60 years old. They have no fucking idea of the basics of nutrition. Oh, if I eat this is going to make me feel like that. Or what's macronutrients? What's micronutrients? You don't even have to be a fucking expert. But if you just know your basic macro and micronutrition, how certain foods you should remove because it makes you not feel good, or eat certain foods that make you feel good, not only will you look better, not only will you feel better, it affects everything. It affects the way you think, it affects your mood, it affects your energy. Your stomach is like a second brain. What you're putting into your body, once you eat some bullshit and you feel like shit, you're not unless you throw up and you get that shit out of your system, there's no going back. It's like doing drugs. Once you pop that thing or whatever you're doing, you're not going back. So you want to be more cautious of what you're putting into your body. And this takes time. I will say that, it probably took me at least a year or maybe even 2 years to get just a basic understanding of nutrition. Yes, you could watch a video, you could study this week, and you'll have a better understanding of someone that didn't. But more and more over time, the more you get into this, you'll understand it more. Because there's a lot of things to it. There's the macronutrition, there's the micronutrition, there's different types of food, how it makes you feel. It's a lot. But once you understand the basics, it will make you so much better off in life. You will think better, you will feel better, you will have more confidence, you'll have more energy, your skin will be more clear. If you go to the gym or not, you should be learning about nutrition and health. It is so important, guys. I won't even get too much into that. That is self-explanatory. And, I want you guys to keep in mind too, I'm not an expert in all these areas, but I like to go over the basics and I share my perspective with you guys. So if one of these things interests you, that's why I think YouTube is such a magical place. I personally learned so much shit off of YouTube. I never went to college and I learned a lot of stuff on here. If you want to get more into the gym, if you want to get more nutrition, you're simply one Google search, one YouTube search away of learning more about that for free. So I'm not an expert in all these areas. I'm not a gym influencer. I'm not a fucking nutritionist. I'm just sharing my perspective with you guys. So if you want to get more into it, write these down on a piece of notes or whatever. You guys should definitely have one of these and a pen or a pencil. It's so much better than putting notes in your phone. Sometimes the old shit works. A pen to paper, write your notes down. And then just go on YouTube, go on Google, be after I get out of work, let me learn an hour about nutrition. Let me learn an hour about going into the gym. And this knowledge will compound and it will go into your life. Number 3, learning about self-development daily. Now, you guys might be wondering, like, how do I know all this fucking knowledge? How did I start a YouTube? How did I start about, like, I'm not the best, but I mean, I'm somewhat articulate. I somewhat have an information and basic understanding of self-development and mindset because I've been listening to it every day for the last maybe 3, almost 4 years now. If I didn't listen to podcasts every day, if I didn't learn about different YouTube videos, different influencers that go over self-development and mindset, I wouldn't have all this knowledge. But first off, it is not even something I'm forcing myself to do. Once I went down the rabbit hole of self-development and I looked at my life like it was a video game and I could better it every single day, it's just like a habit of mine. Like, I'll just put on a podcast. Like, even if I'm at work, I could listen to a podcast an hour a day. I could watch one YouTube video either about self-development, mindset, nutrition, whatever it is, every day. And that compounds. I've been doing that every day for the last 2-3 years at least. And all this information, the more and more I learned, I applied it to my life, and now my life is different. And it could be the same for you. This is a really easy one, guys. Like, say if you wake up in the morning, say if you're at work, say if you're going for a walk, just listen to a podcast or a YouTube video about self-development and mindset. This will benefit you. You're literally learning things on how to better your life. So please, what I'm saying, take this seriously, and you will see a positive impact on your life if you apply these things, guys. Number 4, this one seems very simple, and honestly, I overlook this a lot, but it's simply like, these are habits. Like, these things I'm going over are habits. Getting good sleep, getting enough sleep. Honestly, like, this is something I've been practicing recently, and it made such a big impact because in my mind before, I was like, damn, maybe if I cut off 2 hours out of my sleep, because I always was like, I know the facts are like, oh, a person spends like a quarter of their life sleeping. I'm like, oh, what if I spend less time sleeping? I basically have more to my life. Well, first off, you're not going to function as good. Second off, you're just going to end up sleeping more because you're fucking taking naps. That's what I would do. Like, I would not sleep as much at night, take naps, and then you end up just sleeping more in general and losing more hours of your life. Third off, I recently realized, I'm like, if you're not sleeping, like, I bet things like Alzheimer's and like you not functioning properly will start at an earlier age, say 60 or 70, rather than you slept good, you took care of your body, and you could completely function fine mentally till like 90 or 80. That takes more years off your life. So I found everyone is different with sleep. Some people only need 4 or 5 hours. Some people need 8 or 9 hours. Like, I've found for me, 7, honestly, 6 is like, 5 or 6 is the minimum. I feel like 7 is the sweet spot for me. Even sometimes if I'm very, very tired, I'll get 8. But if I'm well rested the day before, at least 6, I try for 7. If I get 7 hours, I feel good. So that is another thing you could research more, or not even research, just try it out. One night sleep 8 hours, see how you feel. One night sleep 7, one night sleep 6. Whatever makes you feel better, but also you're optimizing your time. Like, if you're sleeping like fucking, I mean, I guess people have conditions and stuff where this happens, but like, if you're sleeping like 10, 12 hours, that's going to eat a big chunk of your life. So just try different things, see what works best for you. Me, it's around 7, but you will feel better when you get that full range of whatever your peak performance is. Like I said, when I sleep 7 hours, I feel good for the whole day. I could go without a nap. Like, I feel, you just think more clearly. You feel better. When I feel like I've laid down for 4 hours and like I said in this video earlier, I pushed through a 16-hour shift off 4 hours of sleep. I got it done, but obviously on the second day, you're not like functioning as good. You can do it, you can get it done, but I'm trying to optimize the way I function throughout the day. I want to optimize my health, I want to optimize my focus, and sleep and nutrition. Those are like the top two things you have to focus on. Those are very important. If you could take care of those two, you will be so much healthier than someone that's not doing that. Number 5, journal or write notes. If you don't have one of these, please go to CVS, please go to Walmart, please go somewhere and get a notebook. Get a pen or a pencil, whatever you prefer. I know we have apps on the phone where we could leave notes, but this is the way I look at it. You know, I said one of the habits I want you to learn and listen to podcasts, that's you downloading shit into your mind. But when you write notes, like there's only so much you can learn in a day. And over time, you have to export some of that shit or some of your thoughts. Say you got a bunch of thoughts going on. You're like, oh, I have to do this later. I have to walk the dog. I have to do this. I have these as my goals for next year. I have this. And you're trying to like keep this all in your fucking mind. You have to export some of it onto the paper. Because once you take it from your hard drive and you put it on the paper, it like almost resets your mind. It gets those thoughts out and onto the paper, and you could kind of settle down a little bit. Because when you have all these thoughts in your mind, you're trying to keep it in there because you don't want to like lose the thought. But once you have it on the paper, you're like, oh, I downloaded that thought onto the paper, and it makes room for more information for you guys to understand. It's a weird way of looking at it. I look at things in different perspectives. That's just how I look at it. But just writing notes is so beneficial. First off, it clears your mind. It helps you like emotionally, mentally. Like you could just do a little reflection on the day. I will say, I don't really like journal. Journaling is like when you reflect on your day, what you went through in the day and whatnot. I more just write down notes of what I'm thinking about, either what I went through or my goals I want to achieve, or a to-do list, or an idea, a content idea, whatever. I try to write that down. But me personally, I want to try and start journaling more. But it's either way. You could journal or just write notes, write your goals down. But as long as you're writing something down, like it's good. And then once in a while, you know what's really good too to clear your mind? Either go on ChatGPT, you could go on Google, you could go on YouTube and ask it. Be like, give me 10 questions to reflect on who I am or where I'm at, or give me 10 questions about my goals. Give me 10 questions about like an audit on my life, on how I feel right now, like where I'm at mentally, spiritually, physically. Just look up 10 questions to reflect on or audit and ask yourself. Because sometimes you get deep in this shit. You'll ask yourself a question that you never really thought about, and then you really sit there and think, I wonder what I feel like right now. I wonder what's the answer to this question. And you'll understand and discover more about yourself when you do this, when you reflect, when you audit your life and you look back and you answer these questions. You'll know more about yourself and more where you want to go. So I might do one of those on here. I might do a one-to-one question. We'll do a fucking question workshop. And I'll make a video where you guys get your notebook. I'll ask you 10 questions, and I want you to take your time to fill that out. I think that would be a cool YouTube topic. But let me reflect on all the 5 habits we went over, because I really want you guys, I always say this in every video, please take this shit seriously. Because some people might listen to this and be like, oh yeah, whatever, sleep, journaling, that sounds stupid, that sounds woo-woo. Do what you want. But the fucking motherfuckers that take this shit seriously, will level up faster than the people that don't. So please take this shit seriously, and I promise you, you won't regret it. So let's reflect. 5 habits to make your life better. 1, going to the gym. 2, learning and practicing healthy nutrition. Very important. 3, learning about self-development daily. Self-development and mindset daily, either if it's podcast, YouTube, even an ebook, like an audiobook. 4, get good sleep. And 5, journal or write notes on a notebook or a piece of paper. Now, I hope you guys enjoy that video. I'm going to be dropping more videos soon. But like I said, before you add stuff in your life, please remove the shit that doesn't serve you no more. Please remove the things that hold you back. If you haven't watched the video that I went over this, I think it was called 5 toxic things to remove, or like whatever, like 5 things to remove to get ahead faster. Watch that, and then you can even rewatch this video. But I want you guys to drop the weight off, you elevate faster, put some good habits on it, and you'll go even higher. Let's get it, guys. Have a good week.